So the game is telling us that we have already 100% beaten the game. So I guess that's it already, guys. Sorry. We've already beaten Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Bye, guys! No, kidding. I guess they don't take the final boss into account because they don't involve any power cells or orbs. Welcome to part 17, the finale of this Jak and Daxter LP. We are going to beat Gall and Maya now. This really shouldn't take long. So what I'm going to be doing this part while I am destroying the boss, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I'm thinking my next LP is going to be. Now, in the previous part, it was one of my previous parts, I mentioned that my next LP is likely going to be either Mario Galaxy or Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. Now, I've decided I am definitely not going to do Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal because first I would like to get some background on the first two games of the series. Ratchet & Clank, like the first Ratchet & Clank, and then Going Commando. So, first I wanted to watch playthroughs of both of those games before I did Up Your Arsenal, so that I have a little bit of background for when I'm commentating, I guess. So that it's a little easier for you guys to understand what's going on in Up Your Arsenal. So currently I am watching Josh Jepson's playthrough of the original Ratchet & Clank. And then I'll watch a playthrough of Going Commando somewhere. And then I will do Up Your Arsenal. So I'm anticipating that Up Your Arsenal is going to be my third LP. As for my second LP, there's Mario Galaxy. Obviously that's a possibility. But I think that is also too big of a game for me to be doing this early in my channel. I think I need to be sticking to the shorter games for now. And then later on I can do like these big 40, 50 part LPs. So I think for now Mario Galaxy is going to have to take a seat. That'll eventually come. I feel pretty confident that I will eventually do Mario Galaxy. So, what are my other possibilities? There is... I've been considering Resident Evil 4, because that's the only Resident Evil that I have. Of course, there's also the rule there of doing the games before it, like, numerically. Obviously, there's three Resident Evil games before that. So, I don't know. It seems to be quite different from the other Resident Evil games. Like, it's more of a collectathon game, way more my style of game. So it's a very serious possibility. So Resident Evil is a contender. I am still considering doing Pokemon Snap. That's always a possibility. That will come eventually too, I'm sure. There's also the other three games that I mentioned as being the ones that I considered from my first LP: Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Or no, not Goblet of Fire. What am I talking about? Order of the Phoenix. And I also mentioned Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown. By the way, I just beat the game. Now, of those three, I think Shadow Showdown is probably the most likely. But we'll see. I'm considering everything right now. I also really want eventually to do a multiplayer LP with Nick of LEGO Star Wars. That will definitely come eventually. I don't think that's going to be my next LP, though. But that will come eventually. What other games I can do? For some reason, I'm also considering doing a game called Bombastic. For those of you who have not heard about that, it is a giant puzzle game, basically. The art of it will suggest that it's for little kids, but it's actually kind of a complex game to play for little kids to play. Especially if you're trying to 100% it, so that's a game that I'm considering. I would like to eventually do Smash Bros. Brawl. That's pretty much... I say I have a bunch of favorite games of all time. I do. It's true. I have a bunch of favorite games. Brawl definitely deserves some consideration for being my #1 favorite, though. It's definitely up there. So, I don't know. My next LP is likely going to be one of the ones that I have mentioned in this episode. So, that is it, guys. We have beaten Jak and Daxter. We are in the credits. My thoughts on this game. Obviously, this is one of my favorite games. I have played it so many times. It is such a great game. I love it so much. Yeah, if you guys have never played Jak and Daxter before, I seriously recommend it. It is a great game. Eventually, I'm going to be able to speed through these credits. And also, what I've decided to do for the end of this playthrough is actually be quiet while the final cutscene is going on. Let's see if I can do that. What do I have to do? Oh, just hold X. Okay, there we go. Speeding! So yeah, I will cut myself out for a second here and let you listen to the final cutscene of the game.
Holy yakko! What could that be?
Wow! It's an ancient precursor door. It looks like it will only open if we fill all 100 holes with power cells.
We're heroes, remember? We have 100 power cells.
Wow! What is it? It's so beautiful.
By the precursors.
And then it leaves you on a cliffhanger for Jak 2. That's kind of rude, huh? Yeah, that is the end of the game, guys. I have very much enjoyed playing it for you and helping you out if you need help in this game. Then again, this is a very outdated game now. It's over 10 years old. That's how old this game is. But it's a great game, one of my all-time favorites, and I am glad that I got to play it for you guys. I have been Jordan for Flyers, and we'll see you in my second LP, whatever it may be. Bye, guys!